This is where I live. Yeah, I know I'm probably recording this kind of conference report style, but I was frantically looking for the camera just back at home for a few minutes, because I find that lately, probably ever since I got into this whole YouTube community thing, I don't know, I've been thinking, the way I think, I don't know, the way my mind thinks, just the mental dialogue in my head has gotten a lot more like a blogger. I don't know, I find I think like on my own, just like a lot less abstractly lately, more in a kind of like dialogue kind of way. And I've even caught myself a few rare occasions during my long run of watching all of TJ's or The Amazing Atheists content back in school. I've caught myself very few times actually having my mental voice, the voice in my head, you know, the voice that you think with. I caught myself actually thinking with TJ's voice, and it was really, really fun. Back when I was listening to a lot of Carlin's things, one time I caught myself thinking in George Carlin's voice, which is quite funny because you know, me thinking in a rough old man voice, whatever. Anyway, yeah, the thing is that because of the way I'm thinking, I guess, I don't know, I feel this kind of like need to get, like, I don't know, get my thoughts down. I'm kind of hungry. I don't know, maybe my thoughts are hungry for attention, you know. I was kind of thinking before, I don't know what made me come across this, that, oh yeah, it's why I don't make a... Okay, I just got interrupted. Now that's precisely why I haven't been making content. I always find this kind of excuse probably justifiable that, you know, whenever I think of something, I often have, but once a week I think of something on my own, very video-worthy, something other people would be interested in. The thing is, there's always people around. I can't make a video where people are going to be talking in the background, or someone's going to be there, they're going to interrupt me. And so I thought to myself, also, you know, I think a lot better alone. And maybe that says something about, me, or maybe it says something about humanity in general, because we always say that two heads are better than one, but really when you're alone, there's not someone else that you have to please, that you're working to mediate your own self-image. That's my dog. You're not, though, yeah, those Sartre said that in order to be self-conscious, you become self-conscious by others, because you have to notice yourself, you have to notice that other people are noticing you, and then you say, oh, look, I guess there's something here. Anyway, my family members are invading my house now. I guess I'll continue later. Yeah, out here, people are out walking their dogs. I'm out walking myself. Anyway, about people thinking better on their own. I don't know, I find that I don't really do a lot of thinking when I'm with other people. It's kind of like this game of, I don't know, cat and mouse maybe, where you're constantly gauging other people's words and preparing your responses on the spot. I guess it's just a bunch of question and answer kind of situations when you're with other people. I don't know, maybe the only time people really are thinking on their own is perhaps maybe when they're by themselves, when they're just thinking, and the only person they can interact with is themselves. They answer their own questions. Anyway, I seem to be able to find many different situations back and forth when one is better than the other, when thinking on your own is better than thinking in a group, and another situation where thinking in a group is better than thinking alone. One thought that I had before is it would be very bland if I was just completely by myself on a deserted island. And what would my thoughts be? I mean, I would have no concept of, if I had been there my whole life, I would have no concept of being with other people. I mean, unless I fabricated other people. But would I even have a concept of what a person is? Just pretty much just experiencing the whole world as just what I see, and not really identifying with myself as a person, because I have no point of view as to what a person is. I've never seen another person. Maybe so yeah, like I would be thinking about like bland stuff, like what I should be doing for the day, like whether I should fish more than I should berries, which I should eat more, and such. And when we see that, we really only get into really complex things to do with the self, and the self and other people, obviously, when we're among other people. And probably the other most important thing about being in a group is the mediation of ideas. If someone's, well, I find as an artist, I mean, when I stay to myself and I'm only working and I'm the only judge of my work, and I talked about this with a teacher, and he said, you know, you can make yourself to be a master in your own mind as long as you're the only person that sees your work. And I think that's very, very true. I mean, that's why, you know, you get so involved in a project, in a painting, and you really can only see it for what it is, either if you go back and see it like all blurry and everything, where you don't really have a relationship between you and it, but you can see the composition, or if you just like go to bed, wake up the next morning, look at it with new eyes. And it's happened to me a couple of times. You do some work and you know it's the best work you've ever done. You go to bed, you wake up, you look at it, you bring it to school, and it's just crap. It's just pathetic. I think that's the same thing with ideas. Being with other people allows us to exchange ideas, exchange the experiences that we've had in our own minds by ourselves, and figure out which one of them are worth it, worth having, which of them aren't. That's all for now.